Hugh Hefner's former chef has revealed what it was like working for the notorious Playboy creator. J.J. Reinhardt worked for Hefner for the best part of a decade, but he knew people weren't coming to the Playboy Mansion for the buffet spread. His 8 years there still allowed him a chance to gain a rare insight to the inner workings of Playboy and its founder. However, having started out in 2002 as an intern in his early 20s, because who wouldn't want to come to work at the Playboy Mansion? Reinhardt rose through the ranks to become chef de cuisine at the home run by Hefner. He was one of 9 chefs who worked full-time at the mansion, where the kitchen was open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The chefs created Hefner's every meal and cooked up anything guests wanted, as well as catering extravagant parties. Throughout his time at the mansion, Reinhardt became very familiar with Heg's eating habits and his favorite foods. Despite having millions of dollars under his belt, the publisher liked things simple and would typically choose his dishes from a standard menu of just 26 items. He had the same meal for breakfast every day for at least 4 years, a very simple English muffin, until he threw the chefs a curveball one day and requested scrambled eggs. I'm like, okay, you've been eating the same thing for the 4 years that I've been here and now you want those. Okay, that's fine, Reinhardt said. So we make some scrambled eggs. A sudden change was an uncommon occurrence in the Playboy kitchen, because while the items on Heg's menu weren't very extravagant, Reinhardt admitted Heg was very specific on how he liked things prepared. He recalled one occasion when Hefner called down to the kitchen about a sandwich Reinhardt had made him, telling him he'd cut it the wrong way and he needed to make sure that it's done right. Not wanting to upset his boss, Reinhardt strived to ensure Heg's food was always perfect, so much so that he would cook 24 turkeys the day before Thanksgiving, convinced at least one of them must be right. He would always eat the turkey leg, Reinhardt said. I would cook 24 turkeys, just to make sure that I had a perfect one. Thanksgiving was the only meal Heg ate around others in the mansion, according to the chef. Apart from that, he was a private eater who took all of his meals in his bedroom, with the food delivered by butlers like Bryant Horowitz, who had the privilege of seeing what went on behind the scenes. Just because hardly anyone was around to see the food doesn't mean the chefs could be any less precise for Heg, though. The staff would pick out all of the perfect potato chips for their boss, as well as the 2 center pieces of bread in a loaf, because those weren't the softest pieces. The rest went to feeding other people, thankfully, not in the bin. Even when he went out, Heg ate a home-cooked meal. If he was going out to eat, we prepared his food for him and sent it along with him, Reinhardt said. And then as he showed up at a restaurant, a big paper bag went right into the kitchen with specific instructions on how to prepare his meal, how to plate his meal. It sounds like a lot of effort, but Reinhardt says he didn't mind. He was such a great boss that we did things like this, because we knew it was his expectation, but it was never an issue for us to do this for him, he told Unilad. Reinhardt's view of Heg comes in contrast to some of the allegations made against the publisher in the years following his death in 2017. In 2022, the docuseries Secrets of Playboy accused Hefner of having destroyed a lot of lives, with models and former playmates claiming Hefner had drugged and raped them during his time in the mansion. Reinhardt claimed he never saw Hefner grope any girls and described him instead as the perfect gentleman. All of my friends that are playmates, they all speak very highly of Hefner. I think it's very disappointing that all of this has come out, and since he's passed away, he can't defend himself, Reinhardt said. The chef credited Hefner with creating a big family among the staff at the mansion, which included housekeepers, maintenance staff and even animal keepers working at a zoo on property. The publisher had 7 girlfriends while Reinhardt was working there, and on weekends he invited his friends over to watch a movie, classic movies on Fridays and Saturdays, and current movies on Sundays. So Sunday nights, there was usually a pretty big crowd, Reinhardt said. On top of that, everybody knows about the parties that he threw, probably 6 or 7 parties a year, whether it was different holidays, different events.